Hi everyone. So I want to tell you all about what happened literally yesterday. So um I was outside with my cats at my apartment and this one old orange cat came near us and stuff like that, was hanging on us, and he was unfortunately not fixed. And he had a messed up ear, and his eyes could only open so much. He had goopy stuff going on with his eyes too, and he was meowing a lot, kind of sounded like he was in pain or something like that. And so I told my mom about it. He was like, all you can do is call animal control and talk to them. And so I was on hold with animal control for so freaking long. And then I figured out a way to finally get in touch with someone. And she said, well, can you catch the cat? Can you take it up to your apartment? And it's I tried, the cat did not want me to touch it, interact with him or anything like that. And he's like, the only thing that we can do is set up a trap and hopefully the cat will go into the trap and then someone will come get the trap, or we would, bring the trap to um the animal control people and they would take care of it from there. And so the officer ended up calling me and telling me before we set up the trap, we saw that you lived in an apartment building. We're going to need you to contact your landlord to make sure that it's okay for us to set up the trap at your apartment. I'm like, okay, I'll call real quick and I'll get back to you. I talked to her, I explained the situation and stuff like that, and she was aware that there's a lot of stray cats and stuff like that in the area. There's also a lot of people who own cats who let their cats out. And so I got that cave, and also she also knows kind of knew someone in the apartment building was feeling those stray cats and stuff like that, and she kind of had an idea of who it was, and I did confirm who it was, and so I was okay, call the person. They came by. I showed them where to 'cause we're not well clean. We're not supposed to feed the stray cats. Anyways, um, my I showed him where to put it. I showed him where the person has been feeding cats. I figured that'd be a great place. Also, there's a bush, so we could just push it kind of into the bush a little bit, so that way it's out of view, it's out of people's way, but the cat will be able to smell the food that's inside of it. It's all good, right? And then before that, I did tell some of my neighbors hey, they're gonna be setting up a trap. Just keep your because they had small dogs. Keep your small dogs away from it. And I explained I got the okay from the landlord. It's fine. So they set the trap. I thought everything was fine. Everything was good. I took a nap with my cat. I hear someone ringing my doorbell and knocking my door. It is one of the neighbors that I talked to. This older lady, and she said you can't have the trap set out up outside on the property. I don't want people around here thinking that we're trapping the cats and all that kind of stuff. And I explained to her I got the okay from the landlord to have the trap set up. And I thought she was listening to me. I thought she understood what I was saying. And she went away. But then I had this feeling she complained about the trap. She must have moved the trap. I went outside. She did move the trap. And the thing is, the person told me that set the trap. If the trap gets taken, if it gets damaged, that I basically owe them $150. And I signed a contract and everything like that. So I was liable for what happens to the trap. And so of course I was angry that my neighbor moved it. And I went out there and pointed it out and I talked And I was like trying to like talk to her, and she's like, "You're not allowed to put the trap on the property. You're not allowed to put the trap on the property." Blah 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 blah. And like I was always mad, and I showed up like, yeah, I told her again, which would have been like the third time. I talked to the landlord. The landlord said it was okay for the trap to be there. Like I wouldn't have put a trap on, our apartment building on the property without getting it okay with the person who's responsible for the property, which is our landlord. Because I tried to be a good tenant. I don't want to lose my apartment because I don't have a job and I have nowhere else to go. Um, so yeah. And so, and it ended up being like a big thing. And so then I talked to my landlord. I told her what was going on in the whole entire conversation I had with her. And you think that was it? You think that would be like the end of it? I ended up like moving it back because I was like mad. And then I went on to my cat. Yet again, she moved it. She freaking moved it. And then I talked to like my mom before about like the trap and stuff like that, and she's like, "Oh, tell the guy like don't set the trap." He was already there by the time I was done calling my mom. I felt weird like sending him away after he dropped all the way up there to set up the trap. And then I just like talked to the guy. I'm like, okay, like I'm just going to take this trap into the apartment and stuff like that. But yeah, when I did like talk to her, she was like, "You're trouble. You don't like the first thing." She's like, "You're trouble. I don't want to associate myself with you. You're trying to stir up drama and blah and all this kind of stuff." And she like brought up, she figured out like I did like conform, talk to the landlord, and she knows about the old man feeding and giving water to the cats. And uh, sorry. Shh, shh. I'm at my parents' house, then there's a restriction going on outside and it's driving the dog crazy. But anyways, she was doing that, and then she was leaving, and she was going up my stairs, and I was like trying to defend myself, like I wasn't trying to report him. I didn't mean for it to happen. Blah blah. Blah. She wasn't listening to me. She wasn't really like what I was saying. And then she was like went upstairs. She flipped me off. I called her a bitch. She came back. I was like, "What did you call me?" Like, bitch. I called you a bitch. And yeah, but like, and I did call my mom again and told her like all this stuff about it. I told like I called the person. They're gonna come back the next day. They're gonna take the trap. Congratulations, woman. You won. Esther Cat is roaming around, and you guys are literally at the trap's gone. I took the trap into the closet so that way I wouldn't have to worry about her moving again or doing anything with it. And I was like legitimately worried that she would like purposely damage them. So I put my comment before it was over. Then when I was in my apartment, I heard her talking. It's like the old guy. He came. I heard her talking. She basically said like, she was like saying like I called the only thing I talked to the landlord was called the landlord about no is about him feeding the cats, which is not true. Which is not true. And I was like livid. And it was getting like my cat decided like he wanted to go out, and I felt bad. I was like trying to feel like no, you can't go out because that old lady is like still out there, gabbing away, laughing her head off. And so I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not gonna let this woman stop me from like letting my cat roam around outside on his leash and harness. And I do hold his leash and harness for a good majority of it. Because I listen to the rules. The rules are if you're going to have your pet outside, and you're gonna be with your pet, well, you have to be with your pet. But if you're gonna have your pet outside, it has to be on a leash. She doesn't have a dog on the leash ever. And I haven't reported her to the landlord. I have seen so many stuff that these people have done, not listening to the rules, and I have not reported them like a single time. The only time I reported is when I stepped on dog shit and I had shark shit in my boots. That's the only time I reported. Um, so And she did tell me to like report her for like not like walking dog around, and she told me about like the homeless people. It's a whole thing. Anyways, but then I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my cat. As soon as she saw my cat around the corner, and she's like, oh, she's thinking like, oh, she's coming downstairs. I don't want any more of this drama, and she just picked up a small dog, went upstairs, and the old man went into his building. And so like, and I knew that she was talking shit about me to him, and it's like I just wanted to like talk to him personally, and like and talk to him about the whole entire thing, and I not understand the situation, like what was like really going down. And so hopefully everything's gonna be like good with him. And I told him like you can still feed and get the cats what I just can't do on the property. And there's like this like big tree that some of the cats like to hang out because the squirrels like to go up the tree. He could put the food and water over there, and it's off the property line. It'll be fine. But yeah, that was like a whole deal. I did talk to my mom. She's like, okay, this is like what she's like doing, which kind of like ended up being kind of harassment in a way. Um, that she's gonna talk to like the owner of the building. They were gonna discuss it. They want to figure out like what to do. About the whole entire thing because like where she was like standing was not okay. Um, and luckily that she did like end up calling the lady and basically telling like telling her like what was going on and like yes, I got the permission to have the trap set. She even talked to my mom to make sure everything was good with my mom. So luckily that is good and over with. I just started like, okay, I'm gonna need like some like on and just like read some to myself. You know, emotionally because I do have anxiety. I know once I think triggered even my anxiety, you know? And when it gets like really bad, like it's hard for me to like breathe, you know? And luckily my mom like she also has like anxiety, so she like understands. It's like something to like trigger it. And situations like that, let's trigger it. You know, but like I said, it's all done, it's all over. And she does like that's the thing, like we have cameras on the property. And she does take the cameras and then she does sing things. And so she didn't see me on the camera arguing with the lady, but she did see the whole entire thing. And I felt like she also saw like a couple days ago, this is like different thing, this way. I was out with my cat yet again. And this one guy was like came in our apartment and I was like I saw this guy and was like, please do not come near me and my cat and stuff like that. I saw him and he like walked over and stuff like that. Because like my cat, he loves people. He's so friendly. He was beyond friendly with the guy, and the guy thought like it's okay to like be near me and talk to me. And I was like just trying to like like stay polite and stuff like that. Not like as like not like well I have to like worry about like if I say something or do something that will like trigger him and stuff like that and be like a whole situation. But he's like he kept like following me, he kept like telling me I don't want to know what he was talking about because he was kind of like mumbling. And then the old man, he didn't see this guy like following me, and he was like making me uncomfortable. And he's like telling me like you're trespassing, go ahead and make this girl uncomfortable and stuff like that. And I thought he like as soon as like me and my cat went to the apartment, he like went away. He was gone. But apparently like as soon as like he saw like this, it was like all clear. The old man went back in his apartment. He walked actually up the stairs and was looking for my apartment. And I had no idea that happened because I think I was like in my bedroom, probably like taking a nap or something. And I was just like, gosh, that's like fucking scary. So I have like, now I have like a good list of reasons to be like so motivated to like find a job so I can like get a new apartment because the climate is to get a new to like move and get an apartment is that you need to like show that you can of course, like pay for rent and stuff like that and utilities. But also you need to work someplace for at least 6 months so that way they know that you're going to keep the lease for like however long the duration of the lease is. which I couldn't completely understand. And of course, like right now, it's been kind of tricky finding jobs currently because like not a lot of places are hiring the. It's like it's a whole, you know what's going on. But I'm gonna try my best, and at this point, I'm like willing to accept like any job as long as it's legal and as long as like I'm not doing anything inappropriate. But like not any job, but like basically, at this point, so that way I can like, do what I need to do, so me and Paulo can move out and move to a safer location that's not a bunch of like shady people who like obviously like taking drugs and stuff like that, walking around, bunch of homeless people, and also like the whole entire neighborhood thing, like I'm not gay, no place, which is again, I was like I do have like typically, I do kind of like options. Like, I could like live with my sister and her fiance. Like, hell no, not gonna happen. I could live with my parents, but like, I'm not gonna be like living with my parents on this place. So, I have like a lot of like options. um, if it does come to if I do have to like move back with my parents like temporarily, just gonna have to figure out what to do for home the launch that I have in my um. But yeah. So wish me good luck on the whole entire job thing. Hopefully, but like whenever I'll be like in a new place and thank you for listening to ranting about what happened. And I said before, like if anything does happen, I'm gonna make a video of it and something did happen. So, yeah, but like I'm not responsible for, the people who like let the cats out and let them like roam around and mix and mingle with like the stray cats and stuff like that. And I understand she didn't want them to get in the trap, but like the whole entire thing is like if the one cat got in the trap, just release the cat. Just release the cat. No big deal. My dog's barking again, so I'm gonna look this up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Sorry about this.